As a human being yourself, I'm sure you can relate to me when I say inspiration comes and goes and we don't have any control over it. Sometimes you'll wake up with all the energy in the world and say, okay, I'm going to get this, that, and the third done today. And then once your day actually starts, you're like, okay, well, this got in the way, that got in the way, and I just don't feel like doing this no more. And then for whatever reason, when you're laying your head on your pillow at night,
lay your head down, lay your head down at night. Lay your head down, lay your head down so I can work it all night.
and it's time to finally go to sleep, that's when you start to actually get more ideas and this rush of inspiration. And you're like, okay, tomorrow I'm gonna do this, that, and the third, and I'm gonna yada yada, and I'm gonna blah blah, and you're so excited. And then that cycle starts again. And for me personally, this can be confusing or frustrating because I'm wondering, okay, why do I have so much energy or so much thoughtfulness to do certain things in the morning or at nighttime when I know that I'm not gonna get any of these things done? But then in the bulk of my day, I decide not to do anything pretty much. And I think part of that is just my mind playing a trick on me, knowing that I'm probably not going to do anything during these times. So it makes sense for my brain to try to trick itself into saying, oh yeah, I'm so productive. Oh yeah, I'm so creative. I'm so yada yada blah blah. But then when it actually comes time to put in the action, I don't want to do anything. And I think that's just how humans are. I feel like a lot of times we want to just take the easy route. We want to take the easy road. But something that I've come to realize is that inspiration is just not up to my control. You know, I can't muster up inspiration. I can't create it for myself. You know, it's really about action. Inspiration really doesn't exist without action, because you can be inspired to do a lot of things, but if you don't ever put forth the effort to do anything, then it's just empty thoughts. But in those cases, in those scenarios where you do have inspiration, it doesn't matter what time it is, you need to capture it. When you feel the motivation to do something, when you have something on your brain, you have something on your mind, and you want to execute it, don't wait. Don't wait. Even if it don't matter what time it is. If you know the type of person you are and you know that this feeling will leave you, and most people I feel like are that, then you need to capture that moment of inspiration, and you really need to take heed of what you're feeling in that moment in time. And this doesn't have to necessarily be just for creatives or artistry or painting or whatever. This could even be if you're, you know, a mother cooking for her family. I'm sure that there's times where you're like, okay, I don't want to cook anything. I don't even know what I don't know what I want to cook. I don't been eating the same thing, yada, yada, blah, blah. So you may not cook for a week, 2 weeks. You know, maybe you're ordering out, maybe you're going out to eat a lot. And then for a couple weeks, you know, you might feel the rush, the need to cook. You might get a little creative. You're like, oh, okay, I'm finna make this, I'm finna make that. You start making some different meals. You start making eggplant parmesan. I don't know. Like, you start just getting creative in the kitchen, you know, for a good 2 weeks. And then it goes that decline, it goes that fall off. And that's why I feel like it's important to capture those 2 weeks that you're feeling. And I think that can help carry you on into the next moment of inspiration. And even when you don't have inspiration, you know that, okay, even when I'm not the most inspired, I can still force myself to get up and do things, even if my circumstances aren't perfect, even if my dog is slurping up water out of his bowl right behind me while I'm trying to record. You don't let any of that stuff stop you, you know, because you're focused on the action, you're focused on the result, you're focused on the effort. And that's why I say inspiration is good, and when it happens, you know, take heed of it. But you can't really rely on inspiration, because honestly, it really means nothing. Like, I still don't fully understand inspiration, or when I truly am inspired, or it really means nothing. It's just a feeling. It's just something that randomly comes and goes. But the action, the effort, those are things that you can focus on that can actually show you some results, that can actually show you something to move off of. You know, inspiration does nothing for you really besides just give you a moment of some dopamine because you had some ideas and some thoughts. That doesn't mean it's not important, because like I said, in these rare moments where you actually do feel inspiration in the middle of the day, you know, as crazy as that is, in the middle of the day when you actually have free time, don't do anything else. Don't give yourself an excuse. No, write the idea down. You know, if you have inspiration for a painting or a drawing that you want to bring to life, start it. If you have inspiration for, you know, a book or something that you want to begin, or a story, write the first sentence, write down some characters. If you have an inspiration for a video that you want to make, turn on the camera and start recording. Get your mic and start recording. You know, if you feel inspired because you saw your favorite athlete do a move that you want to mimic, go outside, try it. Like, if you feel inspiration to work out, even if it's raining, throw on your raincoat. You know, throw on some layers, throw on some sneakers, 2 pairs of socks, I don't know, some pants, and go running outside. The point is, nothing is stopping you but yourself, and you can't wait for random moments, you know, where you feel like doing something, because 9 times out of 10, we really don't feel like doing anything. I mean, when I work every day, I don't really feel like working. I just don't feel like being homeless or feel like being broke. So I get up out of bed and I do the work that I need to do excellently, so I can provide myself with a lifestyle of not being a bum. And sometimes that's all the inspiration you need, you know, the inspiration or the want to go forward and move on to the next day, and the want to not give up on yourself, and the want to want a better future and a better life for yourself. I feel like that's a lot more inspiring and a lot more feasible to carry on day to day than just waiting for a moment where you're like, ooh, you know, I saw Ratatouille and now I want to make Ratatouille. It's like, yeah, that's really random. You know, like, focus on yourself, focus on pulling that inspiration and pulling that drive from within. And not even inspiration in a sense, is like, oh, aha moment.
Hey, I remember you. Haha, that's Seke. Haha. How have you been? Haha. I told you my name is. Haha. No, I mean it's Seke.
Or a light bulb going off. Just showing that, like, yo, in order for me to get where I need to go, I have to put in steps as much as possible. Every day, you know, is the most ideal, but as much as possible. You have to pay attention to what you're doing. You have to pay attention to how you're feeling. And you gotta just keep moving forward, you know, and some things will be better than others. Some things will be worse than others. But at the end of the day, you're trying, you're putting in effort, and you're not waiting for anything or anybody to push you, because you're pushing yourself. And that's all you really need. But those are just my thoughts. You know what I do. I come here, I ramble, I blabble. I don't really know who I'm talking to, but it helps me every time. Flashback, quick thoughts. Being a human yourself, unless you're an alien watching this, how dare you fill up a water bottle while I'm trying, and then the microwave's beeping? Are you serious?